everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a divisional matchup in the NFC West between two young quarterbacks. It's Jared Goff going up against Russell Wilson. What a surprise here. There's rain in Seattle as we're off to CenturyLink Field to link up with our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, no trip to the Northwest is really complete without a little rain, and we're going to get plenty of it here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at our matchup here. You've got to believe that this is a game that might be won in the trenches.
Oh, without question. This is big person on big person, big unit against big unit.
Meat on meat.
Oh, you got it all. Pick your cliche, but we know this. The ground's going to shake, things are going to rumble, and they're going to have an impact on today's game.
Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Seattle. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trotting onto the field, the 27-year-old Russell Wilson. He'll be in charge for the Seattle Seahawks, and Wilson in the win over the Falcons Week 6, 270 yards, no touchdowns, also no picks.
And sometimes that's what it takes to manage a game and win one. And I know a lot of people are used to Russell Wilson also having an effect on a game with his legs, but he's had those injuries in the early going. He's protecting himself right now. When he gets healthy, we'll see that added back into his repertoire.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, that play certainly felt like what I call a tendency breaker. 1st and 10, they dial up a draw play. That's not a normal situation, but give credit to the defense. They weren't fooled at all and really finished off the play.
Now Wilson on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alec Ogletree not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So here comes the offense for the L.A. Rams. Case Keenum, the quarterback. Had a great Week 6. Unfortunately, though, a little marred by the late interception that sealed the loss for L.A.
So unfortunate because he really played a terrific game all the way through. At one point, 20 completions in a row, which set a new Rams franchise record. And as you noted, the late interception, though, cost his team as they were trying to mount the comeback and win the game.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. Brian Quick, the intended target. And it's second down. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Against the Lions, Week 6, Gurley just 58 yards. And looking down over his games this year, he doesn't have a rush over 16 yards, Charles.
And that one came against Tampa. At Tampa, I believe, in Week 2 of the season. I know against Detroit, he had a 15-yarder that he ripped off and really started out well early. But things got tight as the game went along. The best plays he started to make in the passing game out in some open space.
He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. And now it's second down. And a look at Seattle's defense.
When you say the name Richard Sherman, you get a wide variety of reactions. All I know is that when I watch him play, very few false steps, an excellent understanding of what offenses are trying to do.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum. Caught here left side by Brett. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. What a game for Brett in Week 6. You saw it with your own 2 eyes. 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a catch that was just spectacular.
It really was. I mean, Case Keenum, the quarterback, threw it out there, but Britt, stretching out with his right hand, brings it in, bobbles it around a little bit, actually goes between his legs where he traps it for a moment, and then it bobbles up again, and he catches the football. They had to review it, but it was a legitimate, clean catch, and he had a heck of a game. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Past the 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 40 yards on the ground.
When big runs occur, sometimes there's a sense that things were pretty easy, and that one carried them down inside the 10. But getting into the end zone now, that won't be easy at all because you're going to face different defenses and not as much real estate to work with. Will they be able to run it, or will they have to throw it in order to try and score?
They run again with Michael. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. For Christian Michael, his 5th year in the league. First 4 years, a total of 497 yards, but now getting a chance in Seattle, 354 through 6 weeks.
I love what he said about the whole thing, about how he had to wake up and realize what he needed to do in his career, and he rededicated himself this year with a second opportunity in Seattle, and boy, it's paying off, not just for him, but for the Seahawks.
And he added 2 scores to go along with 64 yards in their game against the Falcons in Week 6. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. So they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Luke Wilson there to make the grab. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Tauschke now to send this one away following the score. Now the return man. This is Benny Cunningham. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Let's go! 3-19! Now Keenum throwing on second. Britt's got it complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So still in search of the first down after that last completion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He's got time. He's going to wind up and air it out. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And some room to maneuver. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, he's going to come down with it. I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown. That's
battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Fresh off the pick six, here's Keenum. He's going to take another shot here. And it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Earl Thomas, a defensive guy that can make things happen.
Arguably the best center fielder in the game today. He patrols the middle of the field with speed and with fury.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Oh, he fakes the spike. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that takes us from second to third down. Wilson. And Graham's got it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 7 on the play.
Well, partner, Jimmy is no longer down. Jimmy Graham is back and in a big way. How about this past week? Another excellent game, and I believe he's averaging over 100 yards per game in his last 3 outings.
He is indeed, and you're right. 6 catches, 89 yards in week 6. He's back. Here's Austin. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Rams getting set to go now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down. On first down, Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Third and long. It's Keenum trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The corner from Compton, Mr. Sherman, getting the hand in there to knock that one away.
And what a path of his to where he is right now. From Compton to Stanford, was a wide receiver at Stanford before flipping around becoming a defensive back. Lightly drafted. Remember, he went late in the draft for them and has turned into one of the best ones out there. I think his ability to be close on the play, and it has such great timing right at the end to get in there and knock balls away.
So on now is the All-Pro punter from 2015 out of Oregon State, Johnny Hecker, to kick it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And taken right on the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On second down, Wilson. Wilson snags it left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's John Ryan now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Now Austin. Oh, what a move. And he's out of bounds up past the 15-yard line. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory. Position battle is a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Again, they run with Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window. They've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, standing just about on his own goal line. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returnable for Lockett. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've